Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're taking a deep dive into DynVFX, augmenting real videos with dynamic content. Imagine, seamlessly adding anything to your videos, a whale breaching in your swimming pool or a dinosaur on your morning jog. This paper's outlining a method to, well, to really make that happen.
Adding CGI to video and making it look convincing is a really complex process. It's not just about, just creating the object. It's about you have to integrate it into the scene, realistically light, shadows, the way it moves, how it interacts with what's already there. It all has to be consistent over time, which is especially tough in video where everything's always changing.
Yeah, and figure one in the paper really illustrates this, adding a whale to a beach scene or a puppy peeking out of a box. It might seem simple, but those details, they make all the difference. And what's really striking is that DynVFX is, quote, zero shot, training free, end quote.
That's significant because it means you don't need to train the system on specific scenarios. Is using existing tools, really powerful ones, text-to-video diffusion transformers and vision language models, VLMs.
So kind of like those apps that let you generate images from text prompts.
Right, but for video.
You give it the video and a text instruction, and DynVFX tries to make it happen.
Exactly. But instead of generating the entire video from scratch, DynVFX uses something called residual latence. You could think of it as identifying the difference layer, what needs to be changed from the original video to get that outcome you asked for.
So then how does it figure out where to actually put this new content?
Well, they use anchor extended attention. Basically, the AI is choosing anchor points within the video. Like it's saying, okay, this new object needs to be here, interacting with this thing that's already there.
And that helps it move naturally with the scene, right? Like following the camera angles, the perspective, even how other objects are moving.
Exactly. And the paper describes this whole process as iterative refinement. Algorithm 1 goes into detail, but basically the AI is constantly tweaking and adjusting the new content so it fits better with each step. What's fascinating is they managed to get such good results using a publicly available text-to-video model. It might not be as fancy as some of the newer models out there, but it still, does the job.
Yeah, and the paper talks about how important it is to strike a balance between preserving the original scene and integrating that new content. They go into detail in Figure 2 about different extended attention mechanisms, how those work.
And they found a good solution with what they call anchor extended attention. It tackles that challenge by picking specific anchor points, right? So these anchor points, they ensure that whatever new content you're adding is actually grounded in the existing scene. It doesn't just, float on top or overpower what's already there.
Right, right. And it's not just the anchor extended attention. The paper also talks about an iterative refinement process, which basically means gradually improving how new and existing content blend together.
And this iterative approach, it's really key to achieving that seamless integration thereafter. You can tell they paid a lot of attention to the details, really refined it.
Yeah, and you can really see the visual impact of both the anchor extended attention and that iterative refinement process if you look at Figure 4. Without the added content, it either looks out of place or it just doesn't really fit in with the rest of the scene.
No, it's not just about, looking at it and saying, oh yeah, that looks good. They actually went and compared DynVFX with a few other methods using quantitative metrics. They even did a user study.
And the results they got, they're pretty impressive if you look at Figure 6 and Table 1. DynVFX consistently does better than the other methods, both in terms of objective measures and what users prefer.
And what's even more remarkable is they got these results without any fine-tuning, without training it specifically for this, video editing task. They even created a VLM-based evaluation metric, basically to assess how good the results are. It shows you how committed they were to doing a really thorough evaluation.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see a research paper that's so transparent. They acknowledge the limitations of using that publicly available text-to-video model, even suggest that, that maybe the results could be even better with more advanced models in the future.
It definitely shows they're thinking ahead, really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in this field.
So while they do acknowledge some limitations, they also highlight, the remarkable things that DynVFX can already do. It's really a compelling demonstration of the potential here, even at this stage.
Definitely. I mean, DynVFX being able to integrate dynamic content so seamlessly into existing videos, it opens up a whole world of possibilities for video editing, for content creation, you name it.
Yeah, you can imagine all sorts of applications, personalized educational videos, immersive gaming experiences, even just, sprucing up your home movies.
And then there's what they hint at in the conclusion, which is, the possibility of using this technology to generate completely new worlds from scratch. Like the only limit is your imagination.
That's that's incredible to think
Yeah.
about, being able to create entirely new realities limited only by our own creativity. It really makes you wonder what kinds of amazing visual stories people will be able to tell with this technology.
This deep dive into DynVFX, it's definitely given us a glimpse into a future where video editing goes way beyond, what we thought was possible,
Yeah.
blurring the lines between reality and digital creation.
Yeah, the possibilities with DynVFX, they seem almost endless.
It's pretty amazing to think about how this kind of technology could really change things,
Hmm.
make these visual effects more accessible, not just for big studios, but for anyone who wants to use them.
And there's this point they make in their conclusion. It really got me thinking.
Oh yeah, they talk about how, we've seen what DynVFX can do with videos that already exist, right? But what if you could use it to create like entirely new worlds from scratch, where the only limit is your own imagination. That's what's so exciting about where this technology could go.
It's mind-blowing to think
Yeah.
about, crafting these whole new realities
Yeah.
limited only by our own creativity.
Yeah.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into DynVFX. It's really given us a glimpse into the future of video editing, one where it goes way beyond reality, where you can blend the real and the imagined. I can't wait to see what incredible visual stories people will be able to tell with this kind of technology.